Lil Meech is out here acting wild, and it's worse than we thought. Ever since 50 Cent pulled the plug on BMF, things have been rough for him. Now, he's trying to get back at 50 by reaching out to some of his biggest enemies. But that's not even the whole story. People like Boozy and The Game have been urging Lil Meech to clap back at 50 for disrespecting Big Meech's name. From the looks of it, Lil Meech is taking that advice, doing everything he can to show he no longer needs 50. But let's be real, is he just setting himself up for even more losses? And do these people he's trying to link up with really have his back? Or is he just out here looking foolish for nothing? Grab your popcorn, this is about to get interesting.
Whether probably for free, I don't see Rick Ross filling the $5 million void, right, that 50 Cent created by not continuing this TV show and not continuing to support. I don't know why Big Meech would think he could be his own man and make a judgment call to take a picture with somebody 50 Cent hates, right? Especially if he's helping. But you know, people sometimes got to learn things the hard way, and not everybody's meant to be in everybody's lives forever. And Lil Meech will probably regret
50 Cent really has Lil Meech out here looking broke and desperate after he shut down BMF and jumped over to Hulu with Hip Hop Cop, all while throwing major shade like he's done with BMF for good. This tension with 50 isn't anything new. It all started when Big Meech linked up with Rick Ross after getting out of prison. Let's be real. Everyone in the streets knew 50, and Ross had been beefing for years, like oil and water that never mix. But somehow, Big Meech still made that move, even though he knew 50 Cent was the one keeping Lil Meech's pockets full while he was locked up. 50 even put him on as Big Meech in the BMF series.
When I first met 50, I was still trying to find myself. My dad was calling me from jail every day. He was like, man, what you gonna do? Like, shit, I don't know. I always knew I wanted to be my own person. It's just hard, you know, to live up to my dad's name. And he called me one day, he's like, man, they looking at Terrence Howard and Nipsey Hussle, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to play me, but you gotta go to acting class so you can get ready. So I met 50. 50 put me in acting class for 2 years in LA. Invested in me, paid for the acting class. I had to go every day, two times a day, 5 days a week. In the morning, in the afternoon, come back home, study again, do the same thing the next day.
Wow,
but
a ball player.
Yeah, but I put in the work though.
And let's not forget that 50 Cent was cutting Lil Meech a $5 million check per season for BMF. But instead of stacking his cash, Lil Meech was out here blowing racks on jewelry and flexing for the gram. The dude was even dropping $10,000 on a single pair of pants, acting like money was endless. In a resurfaced clip from 2023, he straight up admitted to spending $500,000 on a chain. Yeah, $500,000 just on ice. To make it even worse, after all the money he burned through, he doesn't have a single investment to show for it.
For 100 maybe, but you know, it's 200 just for a kilo.
What's the pendant cost at?
3, just for the pendant. There's some shit like, either I give my daddy, like when he come home.
Let's be real, 50 Cent wasn't even doing all this for his own biological son, so you already know he saw Lil Meech as more than just an actor. He treated him like family. But all that loyalty went out the window as soon as Big Meech got out of jail. The moment 50 Cent saw him getting too close to his enemies, he shut everything down that had Big Meech's name attached to it, including his own son. That's when 50 hit the unfollow button on Lil Meech. Knowing exactly why, Lil Meech slid into 50's DMs, low-key ready to throw his own pops under the bus just to keep that bag flowing. And wait till you hear what he said. They just told me you unfollowed me on Instagram, and now you're managing Skillababy with Rocket, when I was the one who brought him around you first before you even knew who he was. Now you're mad at me when I would take the shirt off my back for you? I can't believe this, man. You act like I'm your enemy when all I've ever shown you is love and loyalty. I'm human, I go through my own stuff, but I never switched up on you. F. Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he could afford to pay his bills until our next season starts. This internet stuff is throwing me off, man. You know me in real life. After Lil Meech finished venting about his pops and Rick Ross, 50 didn't waste any time hitting him with the most savage clapback, reminding everyone why he's the biggest troll in the game. 50 hit him with a simple, "What, next season, little ninja?" Like he hadn't just shut down the whole show. And if that wasn't bad enough, 50's own estranged son, Marquise, hopped on live just to check Lil Meech for thinking he was some kind of exception. Like, bro really thought he was special. Marquise had to let him know that nobody is safe when it comes to 50 Cent.
What's up, y'all? I woke up today and I had this overwhelming thought in my head. And I think like something is telling me to tell y'all or share this message with y'all. So I feel like it's somebody out here, or maybe there's a bunch of people out here that need to hear this. And it was like, you thought you was special. You really thought you was special.
I ain't no Lil snitch, but 50 Cent's response definitely hit Lil Meech where it hurt. Judging by how sad he's been looking in every picture and video since, it's clear this was one of the biggest L's he ever took. But 50 wasn't done. After shutting down any hope of a new BMF season, he kept the shots coming, throwing even more shade. He straight up said Lil Meech was going to end up on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and even doubled down in his caption, saying, "I'll call Mona Scott for him later today." And after 50 finished dragging him, celebs like The Game had to step in and call Lil Meech out for simping. In a since-deleted post, The Game wrote, "Just saw a text from Lil Meech to 50 that got me dying. Lil Meech, you were supposed to be like, fuck you, this BMF, and I'm standing with my pops." Now, me and 50 have our own issues, but that's on pause while I post this. 50 really said, "What show, Lil Ninja?" I damn near spit my water out. What happened to I'm Big Meech? You can't let 50 Cent get at you like that, low-key. I knew you saw all this coming, shawty. Then, The Game slid in with some slick shade, asking, "So do I take BMF out of my favorites on Prime now that y'all hate each other?" Bro was really out here being messy with it. But The Game wasn't the only one calling out Lil Meech for riding with 50 Cent over his own pops. Even Boozy had to step in and say the same thing, like, "How you choosing the man who cuts you off over the one who made you?"
I mean, Meech, bro, I don't know. Lil Meech, I ain't like his response. It seemed like he got a genuine kind of love for 50 on his response. But, you know, my response was, "Nigga, fuck you, nigga. Nigga, that's my daddy. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. Nigga, let's go to war. Nigga, fuck you. And everything you, nigga, fuck you." I don't know what Meech was on something. Nigga, that's my paw, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Right, wrong, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Is my son, nigga, my nigga ain't gonna go against this grain.
A lot of people were side-eyeing Boozy, trying to figure out why he was moving so differently when it came to this whole Big Meech situation. I mean, bro was so down for Meech that he was even willing to perform for free at his welcome home party, even after people accused Big Meech of snitching on his childhood homie Cuffy, just to get a lighter sentence. And let's keep it real. Everyone knows Boozy can't stand snitches. The man's been vocal about that for years. In fact, in an interview with The Breakfast Club a while back, Boozy broke it all down, explaining why he has so much hate for snitches and how they were the root of nearly every problem his family ever had to deal with.
His principle is snitching. You don't like the snitching, you don't like the talking, you don't like that. You don't like none of that online. That really bothers you.
Yeah, it bothers me because I done lost years of my life because of people snitching. If my uncles done lost, my cousins, I probably wouldn't feel this way if all this shit happened to me in my life. I wouldn't probably give a about it because I wouldn't understand it. But I do. You know what I mean? Took my uncle away, took my cousins away, took me away, took my friends away. How can I have any remorse for that? That's been the common denominator of my failures, of my family failures, trusting people who turn into be rats. So, I was on death row because a nigga had it on me. You know, like,